He has used my laptop more than once to conduct business. He would bring mine along as a backup in case his battery died on flights and stuff. I never look at any of it, but it's not password encrypted or anything. So, Elsie was all ears. I know there are a couple of major business deals he's been working with his father on. If he lands these 2 accounts, he'll be up for promotion. The board of directors has been wanting him to prove himself, but he's just turned 30 and they think he's too young. Janka leaned forward with her hands clenched tight. Liesl continued, I don't know, but maybe there is a way in some of the information he has on my personal laptop to sabotage his career. He's not going to get fired because nepotism is real in the McGrath family. They're powerful millionaires, and all but the last 2 contracts he vied for were blocked by another company. Merl hates this guy. What if I could find a way to get the information to this Mr. Machado guy? Machado, Janka made wide eyes. Not Isaias Machado, Billionaire. Maybe, she shrugged. I'm not sure. I only know about 6 months ago there was a huge contract for a development and this Machado swooped in at the last second and, according to Merl, stole his contract. He did it again about 2 weeks before we went to Turks. He was pissed off. He said everything he was doing now was to get back at this guy. He and his father were going ensuring the 2 deals they were working on were kept top secret so none of the information could filter to Machado. Elsie swallowed. Okay, I know we're just talking out of our asses here because you're hurting and so by default, we are hurting. But if you could find a way to do it which wouldn't get you into legal trouble, I might know a way to get you near Machado to give him information. Liesl wiped the corners of her gritty, reddened, swollen eyes. How? My sister Mara's restaurant is one of his favorite places to dine. She specializes in Mediterranean cuisine and he's Portuguese. He goes there a lot, at least once a week. She swallowed the lump in her throat. Shit, really. Yeah, Elsie grinned wickedly. Mara might have disappointed my parents by dropping out of law school to become a chef, but she's created a hell of a following with the rich and elite. She nodded and then sighed. I might not even have anything to give him. Janka ran into the other room and then came back carrying her laptop, just in case he changes passwords or tries to adjust things. She pulled a thumb drive from her purse. Put everything and anything you can find on this. We can sort through it later, but at least you'll have whatever he was working on. I'm bad at this stuff. My laptop is for watching movies, and it's probably why he used my computer. He knew I wouldn't go snooping around. It would take me hours. Her voice trailed off as Elsie turned the computer towards her and started hammering away at the keys. What are you doing? If this illegal or could get you in trouble, you could get disbarred. If there is anyone in my life worthy of getting disbarred for, it's you. Besides, his comment about you being an aunt really pissed me off. Does he expect him, and your sister to be some kind of happy family? Fuck him. Fuck her. Elsie muttered through gritted teeth as she shoved the thumb drive into the device. Also, fuck your mom for not calling you back when you needed her. I get your sister is pregnant, but she's having her brother-in-law's baby. Shame on her. Shame on all of them. Let's burn the world. He said he had to marry her because his grandfather's will stipulates any child born out of wedlock can't have the money left in trust for them. She whispered, I don't want to ruin a child's life. You're not. Elsie was on a roll now as she clicked and dragged hundreds of files Liesl had no idea were even on her computer to the drive. There are plenty of parents in the world who work at McDonald's flipping burgers. The kid will get his trust fund eventually, but we don't have to make it easy for his parents. This is crazy. Yes, it is. Elsie looked to her with a devious gleam in her eye as she held up the thumb drive. Hide this somewhere, he will never find it when he comes back Saturday with his moving truck. We can sort out the rest later. Are you in? As she looked at the stack of papers he'd presented to her with no warning, she gave a single nod. She wasn't going down without a fight. Liesl sat in the coffee shop with her mother and stared sadly into the latte she couldn't even enjoy. Right now, under the supervision of Elsie and Janka, her husband was removing his basic belongings from the house. Having a powerful family like Merl and McGrath had meant everything was moving along quickly. The papers had been filed. She had not contested, and they would be divorced in under a month. New Hampshire was making it easy for them. Her mother was quiet. They set the wedding date for the day after the papers should be finalized. She paused. Your sister asked for you to be there. She can go fuck herself, she spat bitterly. She's your sister, Liesl. Her mother reached for her hand, sighing when Liesl drew it backwards. What do you want me to do? I'm stuck in the middle here. You shouldn't be stuck in the middle. Your daughter acted like a whore and has been fucking her brother-in-law for months. Her brother interrupted the conversation as he entered the coffee shop, loudly drawing attention. He plunked down beside Liesl and hugged her tight, bringing on another set of tears. I'm so sorry, baby girl. I didn't know. I just found out when I got back into town a few minutes ago. Meredith let me know right away. Fred, your sister isn't a whore, Lorraine Sutherland sniffed. She made a mistake. No, Mom. A mistake is when you circle B instead of on a multiple-choice quiz. A mistake is putting salt instead of sugar in your coffee. Having an 11-month-long affair with your sister's husband, while having sex with other men and engaged to another schmuck, is not a mistake. Liesl would never have suspected either of them. Meredith told me how he told her. Who the fuck tells his wife of 5 years he wanted a divorce with no warning and a stack of signed papers? Then for Sandy to text her and tell her how long it's been going on and how much they are in love. She asked her to give up the house, so she and the baby have a place to live. No, her mother made sad eyes at Liesl. You didn't tell me. Why should I? It's not like it changes anything, Mom. Liesl, it's not black and white for me. There's a child to consider. Well, I refuse. I'm not giving up the house. I'm contemplating selling it to the lowest bidder and letting them raze it to the ground out of spite. She rested her head on Fred's shoulder sadly, hating how much she was still crying over the pair of them. I'll bring the bulldozer, Fred nodded his agreement. You can move in with me and Meredith. She sniffed and reached for her coffee. I hate him. I hate them both so much. You don't hate your sister. Mom, stop telling me what I feel. She felt Fred's supportive kiss to her temple and felt grateful for the love he was showing her. She's your baby. You've been making excuses for her since the day she was born, but this I can't forgive or forget. She could have been with anyone else but my husband. I loved him. I spent 8 years of my life with him, loving him and doing everything for him. I should have listened to Fred. You should have, but now is not the time to be playing what-ifs, Fred said softly. Fred, I gave up everything for him. He wanted a housewife to hold his dinner parties and look pretty on his arm. I followed his damn fitness regime and ate the food he bought so I would always look good on his arm. I had my hair styled the way he liked it. I haven't been allowed to cut my hair the way I like in 7 years. 7 fucking years of having hair to the middle of my back because he liked being able to pull it when he was behind me. She knew she'd overshared when her mother gasped. I worked as a receptionist to subsidize my income as an artist when we met, and he made me quit. I was only allowed to show the pieces he approved of lest they sully the family name. Infuriated, she snapped, I hope their baby is ugly. Liesl, her mother snapped, it is not the baby's fault. I didn't wish it dead, I wished it ugly. Her brother snickered at her comment, earning him a glare from Lorraine as well. Liesl looked at Fred. When he takes his glasses off, his eyes are beady. I hope they have a beady-eyed baby with her big nose. I hope it's a girl, too. Nothing would be more insulting than his first being female. Liesl, her mother tried again. You know, Mom, you named us all after your favorite movies. We could blame you for bringing the drama to our lives. Fred tossed out snidely. You did encourage Sandy to be theatrical. Very funny. I'm pretty sure I didn't tell your sister to let her brother-in-law bone her for drama. She groaned and slapped her hands on the table. I'm upset with her too, but she's still my daughter and I still must support her the best way I can. She's going through it right now. She brought it on herself. Fred refused to sympathize with his youngest sister. She's 26 and she knew better. She made a conscious decision. She's not the only one, Liesl said quietly. He knew what he was doing. It's not only her fault. I want him to pay. I want him to suffer this humiliation the way I am. Well, you could sleep with his brother. She gagged at the thought as Fred laughed. I would rather sleep with his father than his brother, and that's saying something. The old man is sleazy. His sons are chips off the old block, Fred commented dryly. Her phone rang and she noted it was Janka. She answered it on speaker. Is he gone yet? No, he's asking for your engagement ring. He says it was a family heirloom and he wants Sandy to have it. I'll kill him where he sleeps, she whispered furiously. He's going to put the ring he proposed to me with, in front of all our family and friends, at Christmas time on her finger. I'm so sorry, Liesl, but he's refusing to leave without talking to you, unless you tell me where the ring is. Why is he trying to hurt me more? Hasn't he done enough? She whimpered against Fred's shoulder. What did I do to him to make him hate me so much he would do this? My feeling from the way he's been behaving here in the house is he thought you would fight for him. I think he thought you would argue more over the divorce and beg him to stay. I think you kicked his ego in the balls by signing on the same night. I think he thought you would come crying to us and boo-hoo and beg. Janka threw her 2 cents in. I caught him going through your clothes, and he had taken some of your lingerie. I told him it was not part of his belongings, and I took it from him. He tried to argue he had purchased it, but I made him put it back. Mother, she censored herself as an older lady sat down at the table next to them. She blinked back tears and nodded. Tell him I have the ring on me, and I will give it to my mother. I realized Wednesday I was wearing it when I was at the doctor's office getting my pap smear done to make sure he didn't pass on Sandy's chlamydia. At her mother's rolled eyes, she dug the ring out and made her mom hold it up and snapped a photo. Show him that she has it. I hope she loses it on her way home. I don't. I hope his grandmother, who was a saint, comes back from the dead and haunts Sandy for wearing it. Janka's chortle of laughter echoed as she hung up the call, and she eyeballed her mother, who was carefully putting the ring in her handbag. I hope you know how much this hurts me, Mom. She turned her head into Fred's chest and let the tears fall yet again. I'm sorry, Liesl. I can't choose between daughters. I can choose between sisters, Fred said quietly. Mom, you should go. Liesl needs support from people who put her first, and right now you're not capable. He is tearing her apart, and you're condoning his behavior by supporting his mistress. Shame on you. As her mother slowly got up from the table and walked away sadly, Liesl curled into her brother's arms and sobbed her heart out. Isaias Machado sat in the corner of his favorite restaurant, happily enjoying a quiet moment. He knew it was short-lived. His date had gone to the bathroom, and her incessant yammering on was making him wish he'd come alone. He noted a flurry of activity from his security team in opposite sides of the room, and then looked up in surprise when a woman he didn't know sat down in the seat his date had just vacated. Can I help you? He lifted a hand up to ward off his men. He studied the woman. He knew her from somewhere but couldn't place her. She slid a thumb drive across the table. I know you don't know me. I don't know you either, other than what my husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband, has told me. Considering how much of a sniveling turd he's turned out to be, I wouldn't be surprised if half of what he said was bullshit, but it's irrelevant anyway. What is this? Information. Is this an extortion attempt? No, the pretty brunette with the dark coal-lined eyes and red lipstick shook her head. It's the opposite. My ex fucked me over. Badly. He left information on my laptop pertaining to business transactions which you might be interested in. I don't want to extort you, Mr. Machado. I want to bribe you to help me ruin the bastard. Bribe me how? He wanted to laugh at the vehemence of her.